We are here. Third day, lecture on masters. Oh, wait, Tosaka Rin too? I just read this. Lecture on masters. So, wait, is Saber gonna lecture me? Is Rin gonna lecture me? What does it mean, Tosaka Rin too? Don't answer that, by the way. Don't answer that. Whenever I ask questions like that, I'll make it clear if I want your input. Um, what does it mean, Tosaka Rin too? Is that referring to, um, Oh, I guess because I'm talking about this, I might as well say, hey everybody, Renegade 67 and or 8 here with some more Let's Play stream Fate Stay Night Blind. Normally I load up when I actually get into this, and that's when I would start the video, but I want to comment on this real quick. So, third day lecture on Masters, Tosaka Rin 2. I'm wondering what that means. Like, lecture on Masters, I'm assuming means Sabers is going to give me a lecture on Masters, or maybe Rin will if we don't kill her. And then Tosaka Rin 2... I'm two minds of that. Is that referring to the fact that we're now seeing Tosaka Rin, but not from her perspective, or is that meaning that the choices we've made until now puts us on the second version of this scene, whereas we could have been on the first version alternatively, and there might even be a third version? I don't know. That's possibly where my mind is going right now. Also, Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I picked it up, the Yu-Gi-Oh card, by the way, that I blew off my desk yesterday. Load.
なぜ止めるのです、シロ。彼女はアーチャーのマスターです。ここで仕留めておかなければ。
Why did you stop me, Shiro? She is Archer's master. We have to kill her here. Well, yeah, but I mean, we could also not kill her, and it could just be a harem, and everybody would be happy, right? No? Is that no bueno? Not every master, not every master died in Fate Zero, and there was still sort of a winner. Saber going for those kills. I mean, yes, technically, killing the masters is probably the most efficient way to do it. Going for the servants is probably doing hard mode, because servants are very strong. But not all masters ended up dying in Fate Zero, and there was still a winner. So you can do it without killing the masters, but it's probably a lot easier if you just go for the master, because they're, squishy humans. No, Saber has no intention of stopping. She only stopped because I said so, and she's ready to bring her sword down at any time.
だから待てって。人のことをマスターだとか言ってるけど、こっちは点でわからないんだ。俺をそんな風に呼ぶんなら、少しは説明するのが筋ってもんだろう。
I'm telling you to wait! You're calling me master, but I don't understand anything at all. If you're gonna call me that, I think you should explain things to me first. At least before I decide if it's okay to just kill other random people, at least explain to me why they are dying. Oh, that's a stern face. What is that look? Ellipses. Saber doesn't answer. Why? Because you don't want to explain it in front of Rin? Rin probably knows it, so I don't think you're hiding, it's not like you'd be hiding anything by not saying it in front of her. She only stares at me in silence. I mean, you already understood that I'm not a normal master. Maybe you just think even if I'm not a normal master, I should still, know what's going on to some extent. But I don't, at all.
順番が違うだろう、セイバー。俺はまだお前が何なのか知らない。けど、話してくれるなら聞くから。そんなことはやめてくれ。
You're doing this in the wrong order, Saber. I still don't understand who you are, but I'll listen if you talk, so please don't do this. Seems kind of like what he's saying is that, after you tell me, then you can kill her. Maybe. I'll think about it. Ellipses. He still hasn't looked and seen that it's Rin yet. Saber is silent. Still pointing her sword at the fallen enemy, she looks at me discontentedly.
そんなこととはどのようなことか。
What do you mean by that? Was that a blush? First Saber blush? Let's go! Waifu powers activate.
あなたはむやみに人を傷つけるな。などという理想論を挙げるのですか。
Are you demanding ideals like not hurting anyone unnecessarily? That's, in theory, if Fate Zero is anything to go by, you'd think that you would kinda like that ideal, or at least you did like that ideal, but maybe you don't like it anymore. Although maybe you're blushing because you did like it in the past, but you were trying to sort of abandon that this time. But now with him saying he wants it, you maybe are going to think about coming back to it, But also, there's also the weird thing about how there's such a distance between Shiro and his father. There's also that going in your head, probably. Huh? Not hurting anyone unnecessarily. As in, not killing any of the other masters. Well, it is true that we should avoid fights as much as possible, but I'm not so good-natured as to release someone who came to attack me. Well, I mean, it was Lancer who came to attack you. Oh, you're not so good-natured, though. Interesting. So you're not a super goody-goody. So if someone comes to attack you, you're willing to kill them in that case? Hmm. So does that mean we get to kill Shinji, if Shinji is Lancer's master?
つまりあなたは敵であれ命を絶つなと言いたいのでしょ。そのような言葉には従いません。敵は倒すものです。それでもやめろというのであれば、令旨をもって私を律しなさい。
Don't make me waste a command spell, Saber. Please don't. Please. Yamete. You're saying you do not take life, even if it's that of the enemy, correct? I'll not obey such an order. An enemy is someone you must defeat. If you still want me to stop, make me obey with your command spell. That's such a waste. Do not make me waste a command spell, Saber. You know how important those things are. Do not make me waste one.
いや、そんなことっていうのはお前のことだ。女の子が剣なんて振り回すもんじゃない。怪我をしてるならなおさらだろう。
Sexism, sexism, so much sexism. I'm talking about you. A girl shouldn't be swinging around swords, all the more so if you're hurt. Gosh.
で、そっか。本当に剣を持ってるかどうかはわからないんだっけ。いや、とにかくそういうのはダメだ。
Oh wait, I don't even know if it's a sword or not, huh? Anyway, you can't do that. Don't do it. Huh? Is that in response to the sexism, or in response to not knowing if it's a sword, or what? Saber looks dumbfounded, as if taken aback. Or is it a response to the fact that I'm treating you like a regular girl and not like a heroic spirit? How long were we standing like that? Is Ren gonna respond?
で、いつになったら剣を下げてくれるのかしらね、セイバーさんは。
Ah, there she is. So, when will Saber-san lower her sword? Okay. You know me, and you saved me, so I owe you, but I don't know that I owe you yet. Are you gonna bring it up so that as a way to plead for your life, or are you too proud for that? Doubt there'll be any begging. Sure, you're going for those unorthodox approaches to stop the killing. Unorthodox? Yeah, you're a girl. Girls don't kill. Girls don't poop. Impossible. My waifu doesn't poop. The figure on the ground suddenly speaks. I guess she got her mojo back. She sounded pretty pompous, too. Do you know who it is now? Have you realized? It's a girl you have the hots for. Saber suddenly concentrates her attention on her sword.
諦めなさい。敵を前にして下げる剣はありません。
Give up. I have no sword to lower in front of an enemy. Well, okay, that's good, because you don't actually have a sword. You have like a battle axe or something, right? So don't worry about it.
あなたのマスターは下げろって言ってるのに。
Even if your master says to lower it? Wow, she really got her composure back. Because it's Shiro? Or just because it's... Just because?
へえ、セイバーともあろうサーバントが主に逆らうって言うんだ。
Wow, so even Saber would betray her master, huh? I think that's got to make Rin feel a little better about her servant. Considering their first meeting also wasn't the best. Dash. Saber grits her teeth. But Saber lowers her sword and relaxes. Saber's hostility disappears, so she must have put away her sword as well. Interesting. So, Shiro can't get Saber to step down, but Rin manages it. Maybe we really should trade servants. I'll get Archer and she'll get Saber. Although, in that case, with Saber's attitude, Saber will probably just frickin' kill me.
さあ、なら立ってもいいのよね、私。
I see that I can stand up, right? Good to have the voices on for this scene, I think. I think with words alone doesn't really get through the fact that she is so calm and composed and even seems a little jovial. The one on the ground stands up. She looks shameless, brushing her rear. Oh, well, there's the word sort of getting it across. Shameless. brushing her bum? Her bum. Oh, that's not shameless anymore. It doesn't look shameless. That looks very shameful. Who are you looking at? Does everything look shameless to you from Rin's if you're looking at Rin? That looks super shameful. Wait a second. That sulky person is definitely... Oh, you didn't notice from the voice? Maybe it's just because of Ever 17, but she has by far the most recognizable voice in this game for me.
お前遠坂
You're Tosaka!
ええ。こんばんは、エミヤくん。
Oh, well that's casual. Good evening, Emiya-kun. Wow, that smug face. Do you think you have something over me now? How are you going to handle this situation, Rin? I'm not in your head anymore. But I mean, this is a fight to the death. And you know that. And you now know that I'm one of the other masters. And yet you look so casual about it. But you don't like killing. You also wasted your jewels on saving me, who is now someone you'll have to fight to the death. Unless you're going to suggest some kind of partnership. Like, oh, you saved my life, so I owe it to you to work with you for a while and fight off the other masters, so at least until we become the final two? Are you going to suggest something like that? Maybe that's why I could see you having the smug look. Because that would let you sort of have Saber indirectly, which would be getting what you'd want. Tosaka Rin replies with a big smile. Or is she acting? It's hard to know because we're not in her head anymore. That's the question. Is she doing this because she actually thinks... Could be, okay, Is she actually angry about this, but putting on a smile so that Shiro, being as naive as he is, to suss out the naiveness? Or does she genuinely feel this way and wants to go for that partnership and is really happy about this scenario? Huh? That gets me. The smile? Or which part? I guess it's the smile. Is it that big? Maybe it's big for Tosaka. But looks kind of, a neutral level smile to me. If she greets me more normally like that, everything that happened up to now seems like a dream and I won't know what's what anymore.
ああ、いや、だからさっきの魔術は遠坂が使ったってことだから、つまり
That's a blush. No, well, so you are using magic right now, so that means... It's interesting that Rin's the one blushing. Pretty sure Shiro's blushing hardcore too. Maybe it's a blush back. Maybe she's seeing his blush and is blushing in response.
魔術師ってことでしょ。まあ、お互い似たようなもんだし、隠す必要もないわよね。
I'm a magus. Well, we're the same. It's not something I need to hide. Well, I mean, maybe that's why you're smiling. There's some part of you that's like, oh, I have a magical friend now. Shouldn't you have another magical friend though? Because you said there's like another family, but like they're not strong enough. Or do you not relate with that magical family? You just know of them? Because I don't think I'm that magic person. You would know me in that case. You would know that I was a magus and know that I shouldn't have been killed as a witness. In fact, that should be your first question. Why were you killed as a witness? Shouldn't people just know that you're a magic person? Obviously they don't because we've cut ourselves off from the Magic Society. But wouldn't you question why you didn't know? Indeed. When she replies clearly like that, it makes me seem stupid for asking. I mean, it is kind of stupid that they're this casual with each other, given that they're both masters, but...
いいから話は中でしましょう。どうせ何も分かってないんでしょ、エミヤくんは。
Let's talk inside. You don't know anything, right, Emiya-kun? Oh, man. Now that I've seen inside her head, I kind of want to continue seeing, but no, now I think it's all Shiro. Shiro all the time. What is she thinking? Going for a partnership, or are you being crafty? After all, you said your whole life was building up to this Grail war. You sure you're not trying to get my guard down? Hope at least Saber's thinking on that wavelength. She should be. She has no reason... Because, okay, she did save me. That's true. She wouldn't just all of a sudden want to kill me, because she did save me, so she'd at least be torn up about it for a bit, I would think. So I think she's being genuine right now, and not crafty, even if she decides to change gears later. So saying, she walks toward the entrance.
待て遠坂、何考えてんだお前。
Wait, what are you thinking? And then she turns and smiles And the smile on her face isn't like the previous one. Archer is out of commission, so Rin may just be rolling charisma rolls. Oh, D&D. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. With Archer not involved right now, she could just be trying to, put on whatever she thinks will make her survive this situation until she can properly fight back. That's also possible, but that sort of plays in with the second alternative. That's also asking the same question. Does she genuinely, is she genuinely this happy, or does she think this is her best way of surviving the situation? It could be both, but that's the question. Is she planning a partnership is what I'm wondering. That's what I would do if I was in her position. I'd want to try to get Shiro indebted to me and have us work together for a while.
バカね、いろいろ考えてるわよ。だから話をしようって言ってるんじゃない。
At least she admits she's thinking about a lot of things. Are you stupid? I'm thinking about a lot of things. That's why I want to talk to you. And she called me stupid, which also makes me think she's being a bit more genuine. Yeah.
エミヤ君、突然の事態に驚くのもいいけど、素直に認めないと命取りって時もあるのよ。ちなみに今がその時だと分かって。
Emiya-kun, it's good to be surprised by sudden turns of events, but it could sometimes cost you your life if you don't just accept it. Incidentally, do you understand that now is one of those times? Maybe Rin understands this. It's good to be surprised by sudden turns of events. Could sometimes cost you your life if you don't just accept it. Yeah, that's a good advice, I'd say. You can't spend forever freaking out about something you didn't expect. Being able to roll with it and go with it on the fly, improvise, is definitely a good tool set to have in your tool set of sets. Your good tool set to have in your shed with multiple tool sets. There, I made it work. This definitely seems like one of those times for Rin. Not sure how much it is like this for Shiro, but yeah. She glares at me.
分かればよろしい。それじゃあ行こっか。エミヤ君のお家にね。
God, all these poses I was missing when I was in her head. They're all so good. The finger. It's fine if you understand. So let's go to your place. So casual. Tosaka goes through the gate.
なんかすげえ怒ってるぞ。
She's really pissed? Is that really how you think she... Do you know her well enough to... Or is that just... Do you think when people are happy, they're secretly hiding anger? What's she pissed about, though? Which part? Pissed that a nobody like me got Saber, and she didn't? Pissed that... Pissed that she has to fight the person she saved? I don't know. To me, I think she might genuinely be happy about this, because this could lead to some kind of partnership. You know, it's easy to face... It's easy to be 2 teams facing 5 than 1 team facing 6. And if Shiro is genuinely someone you can trust, if she knows him well enough, if she thinks she knows him well enough, she may be able to go the distance. Saber is the problem, because Saber seems kind of bloodthirsty. But as long as Shiro can keep Saber in check, they may be able to form some kind of partnership. I'm not sure how Archer would feel about that, because Saber really fucked him up, but it's only natural. She had a sword pointed at her until now, and she was almost killed. Did she look pissed? Maybe that's how she is pissed. She didn't seem pissed to me.
いや、それにしたって。
It's a weird kind of pissed. If that's how she looks when she's pissed, how does she look when she's happy? No, but still. Is it just my imagination? She's totally unlike how she seems at school. I'd say she's being more free, being more herself to an extent. Because at school she tries to keep her distance from all of the muggles, so she doesn't have to kill any of them. But you're not a muggle anymore, so she doesn't have to kill you, in theory. But now it's the Grail War, so she still does. I mean, it's a lose, 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 lose. In a strange situation. Because that's the thing, even if we take it to the final 2, I guess we could do something honorable, but that's the question. Can you trust the other one to do something honorable? Like, can Rin trust Shiro? Can Shiro trust Rin? Does Shiro think he can trust Rin? Shiro will probably think he can trust Rin. The question is, will Rin think that Shiro trusts Rin? That's, I think, where the dilemma may lie, if they do form a partnership. Rin probably thinks she can trust Shiro, but she's wondering if she thinks Shiro will trust Rin, because Rin knows that she herself seems like a dubious person. And that's always the funny thing about it. Does she think that he will actually trust that she will trust him? He will trust that she will trust him because he's that gullible, but she might not think that he might think that she might think, if you know what I mean. So she might make the first move and he might have to retaliate in a scenario, because they could take it to the final two, and because I don't think all the human masters have to die. So they could take it to a final two and have an honorable battle where it's just Saber versus Archer and the masters don't get involved. But that's only if they both trust each other enough to go through with something like that. But, you know, that's in a perfect scenario where it actually becomes them as the final two. In front of me is the school's #1 idol, whom I admire, Tosaka Rin. Yep. I also like thinking. Yes, thinking. And following silently behind me is Saber, who calls herself a servant. Yep, giggity. We just need Sakura here and I'll have the whole... Well, no, Ayako needs to be here too. And I also need my white-haired sister. Then it can be the whole Hera. Oh. The hallway suddenly feels like a different dimension. Bounded field! But I can't be a coward forever. I'm a magus, even if I am just an amateur. Tosaka Rin, a magus just like me, is acting so fearlessly, so I have to act firmly too. But I can only work out a few things. Okay. First, about Saber, who's following me. I'm sure that she is some kind of familiar, because she calls me master and I've made a contract with her. Okay, you figured that much out. That's good. That's a start. I hear that a familiar is some kind of an assistant for a magus. She's like a super assistant. Super Maya Fey. But she's channeling Mia all the time. Most magi transfer part of their body into something and summon it as another self. Right. But in this case, it's the Grail that's transferring part of its body, quote unquote. 7 parts of its body. For the other self, a magus usually uses a small animal. That's simply because it's easy to take over the mind of something like a cat or a dog. A neko or a... Shoot, I don't know dog in Japanese. Let's just call it doggo. No, wait, that's... No, dog in Japanese, that's, Maru? No. No. Inu. It's Inu, right? Because in Naruto, it's the Inuzuka clan. And I'm pretty sure they have dog in the root of their name. And and I think I learned it that way. So I think Inu is dog. So Neku or Inu? You could correct me if I'm wrong. There's also Inuyasha. Inu, I think, is dog. I think. Don't quote me on that. Unless I'm right, then you can quote me on that. Some magi use a human as their familiar, but they need enough magical energy to restrain a human at all times if they do such a thing. If one constantly uses enough magical energy to control someone, it would take most of the magus' magical energy to sustain the familiar. Which would be inefficient because they wouldn't be able to do anything themselves. That would be putting the cart before the horse. So how often do you summon like a familiar and then like bang your familiar? Like with your own magical energy? Would you be like, maybe you'd be too exhausted to bang your familiar if they're a human and you're using that much magical energy to summon them. But that's why the Grail is so nice. I get a free bangable familiar. A familiar is something that assists the magus. To reduce the burden on the magus, it is commonly accepted that small animals are most suitable. So I've been taught, but... What is it, Shiro? I was just thinking about having sex with my familiar. I was just thinking about having sex with my cat. I was just thinking about why aren't you a cat? I'd bang Neko-chan. What? No, it's nothing. Saber looks human no matter how you look at her, and she's clearly superior to me, her master. Oh, you admit it. Girl over boy. So she'll be on top then. What? I don't have the magical energy to control such a person. And more than that, I don't have the magic circuit to summon a familiar. Right, because you gotta shoehorn all your magic. Ellipses. Saber must be something rather unlike a familiar. You still don't know about the Grail yet, so... She said she's a servant. I don't know what that is, but I think the man called Lancer and the man in red with Tosaka were the same thing. It must be that Tosaka is also called a master. I just saw her magic skills. If I am worth half a magus, she is worth about 3 magi. Though, of course, there's no point in comparing me to other magi when I can only use the strengthening magic. Of course, you're just basing off that off the spell you saw, which is super powerful, that she actually can't normally do, I don't think. She used one of her pearls to do that, which she has stored up, which is still worth something. It's not like, you know, it's not like she isn't strong for having set that up in advance, but naturally she is not that strong, I don't think. Anyway, Tosaka is an amazing magus. Sure, I won't argue with that. In any spiritually superior land is a family of magi that looks after the land. Is that the Tosakas? In which case, do you know that that's the Tosakas? No, if you knew, you would have known. I mean, you know. The Emiya family only came to this land in Kiritsugu's generation, so we're just strangers. That's why I didn't know the Tosaka were magi, and I don't think Tosaka knew that the Emiyas were a family of magi either, because you guys were trying to keep yourself all secretive. Well, I mean, if we're being technical, I'm pretty sure there were some run-ins between the past generation, Tosaka and Emiya, but I don't think they looked too much into their personal lives. There are several magi in this town that I don't know about. If Lancer's the familiar of another magus in this town, then does it mean that I stuck my head into a conflict between magi? You didn't stick your hand into a conflict between magi. It's like you stick your penis into the Holy Grail War. It's the conflict between waifus, maybe. Like if Sakura's one of them and the white-haired girl's one of them, then there's some waifus. Holy Waifu War. Waifu Grail War. Holy Grail Waifu. What?
へえ、結構広いのね。和風っていうのも新鮮だな。
Wow, it's pretty big. Okay. Japanese style is unusual for me. You didn't say Nihongo anywhere in there. You liar. What did she actually say, I wonder? I didn't hear Nihongo in there. And that's Japanese in Japanese. But, and Nihon is Japan. Maybe I wasn't paying enough attention, or maybe there's another word you can use for Japanese style that doesn't involve Nihon, but, eh.
あ、エミヤくん、そこが今？
Oh, is that the living room, Emiya-kun? Ellipses. Let's stop thinking for now. Yes. No more thinking. Too much thinking. No. Stop thinking. Just start doing. Ooh. Let's just listen to Tosaka's story. I turned the lights on. It's already past 1 in the morning. Oh, almost at the peak of magical time. Maybe that's why you managed to get Saber? No, I mean, you couldn't have gotten anyone else. It had to be Saber, but maybe that's why you managed to get a good Saber? Like, you could have gotten a shitty Saber, right? Even if Saber's supposed to normally be the best one. Like, I mean, if a shitty Magus is the last one to summon and it's just Saber, I mean, I would think it's possible for him to get just a really shit Saber. But, anyways.
寒っ。何よ、窓ガラス全開してるじゃない。
Yeah, that's my fault. I jumped out of them. But also, I think this is our first time seeing you in those clothes. Right? I think that's the uniform. I think we've seen, like, Rin and stuff. No, sorry, not Rin. Sakura and stuff in that uniform. But up until now, I think we've just seen you in your red clothes. Or no, you might have... No, you kind of looked like this when you summoned... No, you were in red. You were still in red. It was just a different clothes in red when you summoned Archer. So I think this is our first time seeing you in the proper school uniform. You look nice.
仕方ないだろう。ランサーってやつに襲われたんだ。なりふり構ってられなかったんだよ。
I couldn't help it. I was attacked by this Lancer guy. I was just desperate.
ああ、そういうこと。じゃあ、セイバーを呼び出すまで一人であいつとやり合ってたの？
Oh, I see. Then were you fighting him alone until you summoned Saber?
やり合ってなんかない。ただ一方的にやられただけだ。
I didn't fight him. He just beat me up. It's only because of his cockiness that I'm even alive.
ふーん、変な見え張らないんだ。そっかそっか。ほんと見た目通りなんだ、エミヤくんって。
So you don't try to show off, huh? I see. You're really just as you appear, Emiya-kun. Really? How do I appear? Do I really appear this blunt? I guess. I'm a redhead, but I guess that doesn't mean much in a world where blue hair and stuff is normal, I suppose. And even silver hair. The silver-haired maiden. Nope, wrong RPG series. This isn't an RPG. Well, I mean, I guess. You can, if you stretch the term RPG, basically anything can be an RPG. I am playing the role of Shiro. That makes it an RPG. That really just depends on how you want to define role-playing game. If you really stretch the term, you can make just about anything a role-playing game. Tosaka walks over to the broken window. Eh? Arere? None desu ka? Tosaka takes a piece of the shattered glass, takes a look at it, and throws it at me and slits my throat. Okay, 1 down, 5 to go. Based on that angle, I thought for a second she was throwing it at me. What she said. What are you doing with... Oh, are you fixing the window? Oh, prestidigitation? That's a D&D spell. She cuts the tip of her finger and puts a drop of her blood onto the glass. Grody. Eh? What kind of magic is this? The shattered glass combines on its own and restores itself in a matter of seconds. Okay, I'm sorry. Stop it. Stop that freaking face. I love it too much. I like this face. It's so sly. It's so good. It's too good. I can't take it. I can't say that I like you just because I like your face. I mean, I guess I can. That's super superficial. I've seen inside your head. I know you don't have a wish, and that's weird. Want something, woman? Want me? That'll work. But you don't need the Grail for that. Or do you? Anyways. Yeah. That sly look. I like that so much. I like it too much. You can't just be best waifu because of how you look. That's too superficial. Anyways. Restores itself in a matter of seconds. I like all her looks, to be honest. Like the way she puts her hair back, and I don't know. So, gets my blood. Except for her neutral pose. Not this neutral pose, but when she's just in her red uniform and looking neutral. That's kind of I can take that or leave that. But anyways, the shattered glass combines on its own and restores itself in a matter of seconds.
Tosaka, imano.
Tosaka imano. Ima is now, so he's Tosaka now. Okay, yeah, that is probably implied. Japanese language tends to imply a lot of words, which makes translation kind of iffy. And in some cases, even the Japanese argue about what stuff means. But Tosaka, that was really probably a more appropriate translation would have been Tosaka, just now, that was, or something like that. But
ちょっとしたデモンストレーションよ。助けてもらったお礼にはならないけど、一応筋は通しておかないとね。
It's just a small demonstration. It won't be enough to repay you for saving me, but I have to at least do this much. I mean, do you have to repay me for saving you? Even if I don't know, you saved me, so I don't think repayment's really necessary. But I guess you want to hide the fact that you saved me? Maybe. Maybe you want to use that as leverage later, or maybe you just don't want to tell me, possibly because you're too proud. But also possibly, what is the reason for not, maybe because you have no proof and you don't want to pull out, oh, I saved your life without proof, because then Saber, at least, or Shiro, if you think he's more sketchy than he is, but you might think that he might think that that's a ploy to get him on your side when you didn't really save him, but you did, and he'd believe you because he's earnest. But you might not know that he'd believe you, or you're too proud to admit it. But anyways, I'd say if anything, I still owe you way more, but sure.
もう私がやらなくともそっちで直したんだろうけど、こんなの魔力の無駄遣いでしょ。本当なら窓ガラスなんて取り替えれば済むけど、こんな寒い中で話すのもなんだし。
Well, I'm sure you would have fixed it even if I hadn't, but that's just a waste of magical energy, right? All you really have to do is replace the window, but we don't want to talk in the cold, do we? Hold on, I read that wrong. Well, I'm sure you would have fixed it even if I hadn't. But that's just a waste of magical energy. Wait, you using the magic or me using the magic? Or you, no, me as in you. If Rin using it or Shiro using it, which one's the waste? Because didn't you just waste magical energy when I could have just replaced it like normally? But we don't want to talk in the cold? I feel like something about that line isn't adding up. Like, that's just a waste of magical energy. But we don't want to talk in the cold. Are you saying you did just now waste magical energy, but you don't want to talk in the cold, so it's okay to waste it? I feel like there's some wording incorrectness there, but whatever. She says though as if it's something natural. Needless to say, her skills are beyond my understanding.
いや、すごいぞ、遠坂。俺はそんなことできないからな。直してくれて感謝してる。
Sheer using his magical energy is a waste? Oh, well, I mean, sure, but he wouldn't have been able to do it, as he's saying just now. She assumes he's a good magus. Why would she assume that? If he's a good magus, she should have sensed his energy by now. Unless she assumes he's a really good magus. But if he's a really good magus, then, like, why'd he wait so long to summon his servant? Why'd he get caught observing the battle? Why did he, like, A and B and C? That's amazing, Tosaka. I can't do that sort of thing, so I'm glad you fixed it.
できないってそんなことないでしょ
There's no way you can't fix it. Oh, okay, maybe she does assume I'm really great if I summon Saber. That just seems odd, though. Well, okay. She knows that I don't know what's going on with the Grail War, and yet she's still buying into the idea that I'm a good magus. And yet, if I'm a good magus, then why would I have been killed as a witness? Does she know? Because there's too many questions. Does she assume that I am a really good magus, but had something to hide my magical energy the whole time, which is why she never noticed? Because I wasn't hiding my magical energy. Sure, it wasn't. He just doesn't have a natural magical crest. He doesn't have natural magical energy. So I don't think she ever noticed because of that, not because he's really good. But if he was really good and hit it because of that, don't you think he would have been smart enough to not get caught up in a servant battle? I suppose that could have been accidental. But he doesn't know about the Grail War. But there's too many buts involved here. But he's a witness. But he shouldn't be a witness if he's magical. He should be able to show proof that he's magical and not bother running from the battle. And be like, oh, I'm a magical person. I'm not involved in... How does that work with a magical third party? Or eighth party, as it were. If he's a magical person and he's watching the battle, isn't that allowed? Because it's not like he's a witness. He's a magical person. He could just be... He could, like, show his magic badge and be like, oh, it's okay, I'm magic. You don't have to kill me. I just wanted to watch. Is that okay? Like, I don't think that's illegal for a magical person to watch the battle. It's kind of dangerous because they could get involved and that's not really their fault. But if they want to, I don't think there's anything technically wrong with that. But, I mean, technically, he's not part of the association because he never signed up. But from her perspective, she wouldn't know that. And so I think she would wonder why he didn't show his magical credentials when the magical FBI Lancer came to kill him. I would assume there'd be some kind of magical credentials you could flash. Unless you're, like, hardwired into the system where, like, you just know when someone's like, oh, I recognize this magical energy. Like, it's from the magical FBI has it stored, so I know you. And maybe there are no credentials to flash. But in which case, wouldn't she know that he's not registered? This is the kind of things I think about. I like to think about the nitty-gritty. There's no way you can't fix it.
ガラスの扱いなんて初歩の初歩だもの。たった数分前に割れたガラスの修復なんてどこの学派でも入門試験みたいなものでしょ
Handling glass is so elementary. Restoring glass that broke a few minutes ago is only like an admission test for any school, right? He's never been at a magical school. You never were at a magical school though, but you were homeschooled by your papa.
そうなのか。俺は親父にしか教わったことがないから、そういう基本とか処方とか知らないんだ。
So that's how it is. I was only taught by my father, so I don't even know the basics or the elementary stuff.
は
I mean, to be fair, she was also taught by her father, but her father taught her a lot more. Tosaka freezes. How so? Why so? How come? Damn it, it seems I said something I shouldn't have.
ちょっと待って。じゃあ何エミヤ君は自分の工房の管理もできない半人前ってこと
Wait, then you're saying you're just an amateur who can't even run your own workshop?
いや、工房なんて持ってないぞ、俺。
I don't have a workshop. I got a shed where I practice my magic sometimes and fix some junk. That's about it. Well, I do have that shed as my training area, but I think Tosaka would get mad if I called that my workshop.
まさかとは思うけど確認しとく。もしかしてあなた 5大要素の扱いとかパスの作り方も知らない。
I think it's impossible, but I'll ask anyway. Could it be that you don't know how to handle the 5 main elements? Earth, air, water, fire, energy, right? I know my stuff. Or how to make a pass? Or wait, what are the 5 elements in Fate, I wonder? I wonder if they'll explain. Or if they're just... Are they going to do the thing, that one thing in Naruto? Where this bugged the crap out of me. Where Naruto was doing some training, and it's like, let's not confuse Naruto by telling him about, you know, yin and yang chakra and all that. And then they never explain it. Ever. And it's just like, they bring it up. That's the kind of thing that bugs the shit out of me. Don't mention yin and yang chakra and then not explain to me how they work. I know Naruto's too stupid, but explain it to me, the viewer. Anyways, so please explain to me what these 5 elements are, Rin, or I'm gonna be mad. Could it be that you don't know how to handle the 5 main elements? Or how to make a pass? How to make a pass? I mean, the pass skill, if you put that on someone in Fire Emblem, they can run through units. It's pretty handy in certain circumstances. Put that on like a flyer, and ooh, man, that's helpful. I honestly admit that I don't know. I know that generally they're in media, when they go off elements, there are 2 general main ways to go. There's the earth, air, water, fire, and then there's the other way, which I think relates to 5 elements, where it's like wood, metal, fire, water. It's like wood, metal, fire, water. Is air the last one or earth the last one? Because it takes 3 of those 4, cuts 1, and then adds wood and metal. And I think that's the 5 used. Usually it's either the 4 or the 5, and if it's the 5, it's those 5, sometimes. And then sometimes there's 6. And if there's 6, it's using the air, water, earth, fire, plus dark and light. And if there's 7, then it's using the wood, metal, plus dark and light. But anyways, I honestly admit that I don't know. Wow, that's scary. She's so beautiful usually, so she looks pretty scary now. I mean, doesn't she look even beautifully scary?
何？じゃああなた素人？
Then what are you, just an amateur? As long as the Fire Nation doesn't attack, it doesn't matter. Yeah, the nations will all be fine as long as the Fire Nation doesn't attack. No, we never have to worry about the Wood Nation, right? I mean, those guys are just, you know, have some hard wood all the time. They can never focus on anything but, you know, sex jokes. What are you, just an amateur?
そんなことないぞ。一応強化の魔術ぐらいは使える。
You yourself call yourself an amateur. That's not true. I can at least use strengthening magic. And this is when she laughs at that as not real magic or something.
強化ってまたなんとも半端なのを使うのね。で、それ以外はからっきしってわけ？
Strengthening? That's an awfully odd magic. So you can't do anything other than that? Tosaka glares at me.
まあ、端的に言えば、多分。
To be honest, probably not. Her glare makes my answer vague.
はあ、なんだってこんなやつにセイバーが呼び出されるのよ。まったく。
Jeez, why did Saber get summoned to a guy like this? Well, I mean, it had to be. There was only one left. That's the thing. Like, that's why I'm assuming it can't all be good. Like, if you wait till the very end to summon your servant and there's only Saber left, you're not guaranteed to get a good servant. If you're a shitty mage, I think you get a shitty Saber. Some shitty Sabers should exist, theoretically, even if they've never been summoned. But anyways. Maybe if you didn't like it, you should have waited as well. Wait till Archer gets summoned. Maybe you thought that was too risky. You thought whoever the other person was would have summoned Saber instead. You thought maybe they had that strategy too. Wait till near the end to increase your chances of getting Saber. But, like, you done goofed, and now there's only one left. It's not like they can just get another random servant because they're not good enough to get Saber. I don't think that's how the Grail War works. If you're the last one, it's just Saber. You're getting Saber. She sighs. Indeed. It makes me mad. I haven't been playing around. I mean... Oh, well, with your training, it's true. You've been doing a lot. Unfortunately, though, Kiritsugu never taught you too much, probably because he didn't want to, and you never sought. You never sought. You never sought a proper magical school, not that Kiritsugu would have let you while he was alive, and after he was dead, you wouldn't have had the connections to really set that up, I don't think. I know I'm an amateur, but I don't think it matters right now.
まあいいわ。もう決まったことに不平をこぼしても始まらない。そんなことより今は借りを返さないと。
You never sucked out? Wait, I never sucked out? So should I start trying? Should I start trying to do that? Instead of sucking in, I should suck out? Hold on. That's my suck in, and now my suck out. How do I suck out? No, you can't, because that's blowing. You're just blowing at that point. You want a blow job? Is that what you're asking for, Tom's Tom? I don't care. There's no point in complaining about what's already happened. More importantly, I have to pay my debt back right now. What do you mean you have to pay back? Are you being honest at this point? Before I thought you were being, joking around, but I mean, you know that you saved me, and now that I've saved you, you're not in any kind of debt unless your pride is being like, oh, it's okay if I save a loser, but if a loser saves me, I have to pay him back. A loser doesn't have to pay me back for me saving them, but like if a loser saves me, I have to pay them back doublefold and ignore the time where I actually, saved them. Seems hypocritical, but also in character. I could see that as being a thing Rin does just because she's too proud, but Tosaka takes a breath.
それじゃあ話を始めるけど。
Well, I'll begin.
エミヤ君、自分がどんな立場にあるのか分かってないでしょ。
You don't know what kind of situation you're in right now, correct? Well, actually, the player does because they've already seen your perspective, but I'm sure I have no idea. Ellipses. I nod.
やっぱり。まあ一目で分かったけど、一応確認しとかないとね。知ってる相手に説明するなんて心の贅肉だし。
I thought so. Well, I could tell easily, but I had to confirm, right? It's only putting flab on my mind. Flab on my mind. Not familiar with that expression, but I think I get the gist. If I tell someone that already knows about it. Yeah, Ellipses, question mark. Okay, I'm going to do something I actually haven't done in a while. I don't know if I've ever done this in Fate. I have to pee, but I'm not ready to stop yet. I want to keep going for a while, so we're actually going to throw on that BRB screen. Ooh, 239 drop frames. When did that happen? Oh, man. Gosh dang it, power line adapter? Why are you being a dick? Anyways, we're going to put on the BRB screen for a second while I go pee. Alright, and we're back. We're back to the grind. Oh gosh, Tom's Tom. How many calories can this man take? I mean, look at him. He just keeps going. There goes another. This dude could totally win an eating contest. Look at that chewing technique. I mean, a man's got to eat his rice balls sometimes. Oh, okay. I thought so. Well, I could tell easily, but I have to confirm. It's only putting flat in my mind if you tell someone that already knows about it. Arere? Non desu ka? Do desu ka? Do is how. Itsu is when. Itsumo is always. Anyways. You're gonna tell me Itsu desu ka? No, I could just say Itsu. I wouldn't have to say Itsu desu ka. Or would I? Japanese. I think that was a weird phrase, but I stay quiet as I think she'll beat me up if I make fun of her now. What, the flab on the mind thing? Yeah.
率直に言うと、エミヤ君はマスターに選ばれたの。
Put it bluntly, you have been chosen as a master. Oh, it's good to put it bluntly. Sure is a rather blunt person.
どちらかの手に成功があるでしょ。手の甲とか腕とか、個人差はあるけど、3つの霊樹が刻まれているはず。それがマスターとしての証よ。
You have a holy sign on one of your hands, right? On your hand or on your arm. There are personal differences, but there should be 3 command spells engraved. That's the sign of a master.
手の甲って。あ、これか。
On my hand. Oh, this!
そう。それはサーバントを律する呪文でもあるから大切にね。霊樹って言うんだけど、それがある限りはサーバントを従えていられるわ。
And Rin's already down to just 1. That is a spell that rules the servant, so take care of it. It's called a command spell, and you can retain control over your servant as long as you have it.
ある限りってどういうことだよ。
What do you mean as long as I have it?
レイジは絶対命令権なの。サーバントには自由意志があるって気づいていると思うけど、それをねじ曲げて絶対に言いつけを守らせる呪文がその刻印。
The command spell is an item of unconditional obedience. I think you've already realized that servants have their own will, but that mark overrules their will and makes them obey your command. Yep. And once you run out of all of them, you just lose your connection, and since you're down to 1 Rin, you're already out of them. Thankfully, I did not waste a command spell on getting Saber to not kill Rin. That would have been a super waste.
発動に呪文は必要なくて、あなたがレイジを使用するって思えば発動するから。
There's no spell needed to activate it, and it will be activated when you put your mind to using it. I see. So the magic energy is, again, provided by the Grail, so it's a spell that even a novice can use without trouble.
ただし、1回使うたびに1つずつ減っていくから、使うのなら2回だけにとどめなさい。
There it is. I don't think she's brought that up yet. But you'll lose one for every time you use it, so make sure you only use it twice. And Ren's already used it twice.
で、そのレイジがなくなったら、エミヤ君は殺されるだろうから、
If you
せいぜい
lose,
注意して。
if you lose all your command spells, you'll be killed, so be careful. That's debatable. You won't necessarily be killed. I mean, your connection... Is that true? No, I don't think so. Your connection with your servant is lost, and you're no longer technically part of the Grail War. But I don't think you'll necessarily be killed, unless I'm misunderstanding. And also, even if you run out of command spells, can't you get more? I mean, technically you should get more while you still have them and keep the supply. But, like, if you run out of them, is that it? Are you out? Because I'm not sure. I don't remember how that works. Like, if you run out, can you get more still? Or is that it? Once you're out, you're done. I'm not sure how that works. I think if you run out of command spells, does that count as you losing? And does your servant just disappear? I don't remember how that works exactly. Because, your command spells are your connection to... Your command spells are your connection to your servant. But just because your connection gets cut off, does the servant disappear from the world? I don't know exactly the specifics of that, but I don't think you'll necessarily be killed. You might be... In fact, if anything, that might be a good way for you to live. Like, if you run out of all your command spells, you won't have a claim to the Grail anymore, and you won't necessarily have to be part of the war. Unless losing all the command spells just kills you, like you just die, like the Grail kills you, because that's a whole different pile of bones.
俺が殺される?
I'll be killed? Yeah, explain that, please.
そうよ。マスターが他のマスターを倒すのが聖杯戦争の基本だから。そうして他の6人を倒したマスターには望みを叶える聖杯が与えられるの。
That's right. It's fundamental in the Holy Grail War for masters to kill other masters, and the master that kills the other 6 masters is awarded with the Holy Grail. I think technically you only have to kill the servants, unless I misunderstood. But what was I saying? But once you use up all your command seals, aren't you, like, not part of it anymore? So you've already lost, quote unquote, and you don't technically need to be killed anymore, unless there's something I'm misunderstanding. What? Hold on. I don't understand what Tosaka is talking about at all. Like the part about masters killing other masters. And the part where the winner gets a Holy Grail? Wait, does she mean that Holy Grail?
まだわからない。要するにね、あなたはあるゲームに巻き込まれたのよ。
Oh boy, I love games! The Hunger Games! Not quite. You still understand? To put it simply, you've been dragged into a game.
聖杯戦争っていう7人のマスターの生存競争。他のマスターを一人残らず倒すまで終わらない魔術師同士の殺し合いに。
A survival game between the 7 masters, a game called the Holy Grail War. A battle royale, ooh, there's that term, between the masters that won't end until you kill all other masters. Where are we jumping from? Oh, what's the term the kiddies are saying about Fortnite? Where are we, like, is a battle royale, right? That's all the hotness with the kiddies now, although that's more of a 100-person thing, whereas this is more of a 7-person thing. I don't know if I'd call this really... Well, I guess it's a battle royale. It's a mini battle royale. I remember when I first watched Fate Zero, I remember thinking, with only 7, usually I'd like a battle royale to have more participants. That seems more interesting to me. But I grew to like it because it meant because there was only 7, you could actually focus in and get a detailed perspective on each one. It made them each more memorable than if there was like dozens of them, which you would normally get from a normal type of battle royale setting. So I kind of like it. And there's not necessarily 7, there's more like 14 if you count each master and certain combo, but yeah. Tosaka Rin states so as if it is the most natural thing in the world. Dash, 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 dash. That phrase swirls in my head. Huh? Looks at Apocrypha. What, is that more natural Battle Royale where there's dozens and dozens? I don't know, I haven't seen it. I have been chosen. Oh, it's an evil. Oh, you don't like it? Oh. I'll probably end up watching it once I'll probably consume more Fate once I get through Fate's Day Night. But oh, and now you're looking at extra too. Okay, we're all looking at other Fates. Gosh. I'm just gonna keep looking at Fate Zero because that's my only That phrase swirls in my head. I have been chosen as a master. Tosaka says she is a master. Familiars called the servants. And a battle to the death between other magi called the Holy Grail War.
待て、なんだそれ。いきなり何言ってんだお前。
Wait, what's that? What are you talking about all of a sudden?
気持ちはわかるけど、私は事実を口にするだけよ。
I understand how you feel, but I'm just telling you the truth. Okay.
それにあなただって心の底では理解してるんじゃない？一度ならず二度までもサーバントに殺されかけて、自分はもう逃げられない立場なんだって。
Besides, you should understand deep down. You should know you're in a situation you can't run away from. Mustn't run away. Mustn't run away. No, wait, that's Shinji's line. Having been almost killed by that servant twice now. Well, you were almost killed by a servant too, so... Shouldn't I have to talk to Kirei, actually? He's like the priest, the moderator, right? Shouldn't he know all of the masters? Shouldn't I have to, like, have a chat with Kirei, actually? That'll be awkward. Especially if we tell him our last name. But, I think that would have to happen. I mean, does he already know about me? Dash, dash. That's... Certainly, I was almost killed by that Lancer guy, but...
あ、違うわね。殺されかけたんじゃなくて、殺されたんだっけ。よく生き返ったわね、エミヤくん。
Oh, you're gonna bring it up? Okay. Oh no, that's wrong. Chigayo. No, that's wrong. In fact, you weren't almost killed, you were actually killed. I'm surprised you're alive again. So I wasn't expecting you to bring this up. I thought if you were gonna bring it up, you would have brought it up by now. You know, and how you saved me, and how that means you shouldn't owe me anything because you saved me already. So I thought we were past the point of you bringing it up, but okay, you brought it up. Dash, dash, dash. Tosaka's comment finishes me off. Ow! You're dead now! That's right. That guy killed me and I certainly died. No, you didn't. You were only mostly dead. I read the line. I made the Princess Bride reference. No excuse nor negotiation was possible. I was just someone who had to be killed. No, you weren't, though. You weren't a witness. You just didn't know that, you know. So, I mean, you were a witness, but you weren't a muggle, so you shouldn't have had to be killed. So, even if I do deny this battle to the death that I cannot understand, the others in it will not withdraw. Dash, dash, dash.
納得した？ならもう少しだけ話をしてあげる。
Do you get it now? Then I'll go on. I think this would be hitting Shiro like a ton of bricks. Like, Rin's been ready for this, I think. Even though she's not okay with witnesses dying, is she okay with Shiro dying? I don't know. That seems fucked up. Maybe she assumed they would all be grown people and she'd only have to kill grown-ups. Well, spoiler, there's going to be some kitty kids. We'll see how you feel about that going forward, Rin. But more than that, Shiro, this is probably hitting him, like, really hard. Once he fully starts to comprehend, I can see him going into a heroic BSOD, because he's a good person. He probably, for no reason, would want to kill Rin. Probably anybody that is a female, but also males that are kids. I doubt he would want any of them to die. I mean, I could see this game having a route. There's probably going to be some dark endings where he fails because he's trying to be too altruistic, but there's probably at least one ending where all of the masters, I would assume if this game has enough branching paths, there's probably at least one ending where all the masters make it out alive, and that's, in a sense, that is Shiro's wish. as for what he actually wishes for with the Grail War, the Grail, I don't know, but the real wish was the one you made come true along the way. Do you get it now? Then I'll go on.
聖杯戦争というのが何であるか私もよくは知らない。
I don't exactly know what the Holy Grail War is. Okay. You don't, but you're participating in it, and you've been training for it all your life. You've been building up for it the past 10 years. That's all you've been laser focused on. You don't even care about having your boyfriend and your Ayako boyfriend battle.
ただ何十年に一度7人のマスターが選ばれ、マスターにはそれぞれサーバントが与えられるってことだけは確かよ。
That's the odd thing I've been wondering about. I know that every few decades, 7 masters are chosen and given servants. I know that every few decades, it's been 1 decade. 1. Why is this already happening again?
私もマスターに選ばれた一人。だからサーバントと契約したし、あなただってセーバーと契約した。
I'm also chosen as a master. That's why I made a contract with a servant, and you made a contract with Saber. Uh-huh. Also, I'm still wondering, is there a special reason that I ended up with this Saber? Like, is that related to... I'm wondering if that's on Saber's end or on our end. Like, was she so determined after the outcome of the last one to be part of this one that... is it on her? Or is it more like... Is it because it's Shiro and there's some sort of bond between Shiro and Kiritsugu that let the same Saber come back? Or is it the white-haired girl? Did she set it up because she wanted to beat that Saber? Because she knew about that Saber? I'm just wondering, because I don't think it's just some coincidence that we got the same Saber. I don't believe in coincidences in narratives like this. Coincidences are boring and BS. There's got to be a reason, and I want to know what it is. Anyways, you made a contract with Saber.
サーバントは聖杯戦争を勝ち残るために聖杯が与えた使い魔と考えなさい。
Think of the servant as a familiar, given to you by the Holy Grail to win the Holy Grail War.
で、マスターである私たちは自分のサーバントと協力して他のマスターを始末していくわけね。
And as masters, we are to work together with our servant to kill other masters. Ellipses, and you're just saying this casually. One master to another, you know, someone you may have to kill, and you're saying that I may have to kill you back. Why would you want to explain this like this to me? Are you genuinely think you have to repay a debt? Why would you explain, or do you think you know Shiro that well? After all, Saber's already bloodthirsty, that you think I wouldn't turn around and be like, Saber, kill her now. She said I have to kill the masters. I don't want her killing me. Kill her. Like, do you confidently know Shiro's not that kind of person? Or are you just that ballsy? Like, you think, oh, he saved me, I have to pay him back, that you're going to tell him the whole truth, even though there's a huge risk associated, and I think you're smart enough to know that there is. Like, if you explain it to it, like, even if this is true, if you explain this to him like this, he may come to the conclusion, oh, it's too dangerous to let you live, you may try to kill me, I have to kill you. Now, Saber, do it. And Saber's already on board, clearly. So, it just seems iffy. Like, even if what you're saying is the truth, which I'm not sure it is, because Fate Zero ended without all the Masters dying. But even if what you're saying is the truth, why say it like that? Can't you lie and say that you just have to take out the servants? Why say you have to take out the Masters if you don't have to? I feel like that's just asking for trouble, potentially. Like, unless Shiro is a goody-goody, which he is, but you don't know that from your perspective, he may take this as an opportunity to take you out. Without Archer here, this is a great opportunity. Tozaka's description is too brief for me to understand. There's one thing I do wonder about.
ちょっと待ってくれ。遠坂はセイバーを使い魔だって言うけど、俺にはそうは思えない。
Hold on, you say Saber's a familiar, but I'm not convinced.
だって使い魔っていうのは猫とか鳥だろ？そりゃ人の幽霊を扱うやつもいるって言うけど、セイバーはちゃんと体がある。それにとても使い魔なんかに見えない。
Familiars are things like cats and birds, right? I do hear that some use human ghosts, but Saber has a body. Besides, she doesn't look like a familiar. I glance at Saber. She's hot. Still hot. Saber's quietly listening to our conversation. Is she that short, actually? I always felt like she was taller than that. Maybe that was what the real problem was with Fate Zero. They made her too tall. Because I feel like she should be taller than that. But I need perspective. I need someone to stand next to her. Maybe the armor makes her look short. I don't know. I thought she was taller than that in my mind. But like maybe if I had someone next to her, I could get a better perspective of how tall Saber's supposed to be. She looks short. Shorter than I would think. She looks just like a human being. Nah, Saber's short. Yeah, I don't recall her being that short in Zero. I mean, she wasn't exceptionally tall, but she never came off to me as this short. I was just gonna make a joke about how, let's just make the joke then. Maybe when she was, taken down, in Zero, when she came back, like she wasn't all here. She didn't come back all together. She came back with less of herself. She's shorter because she lost, some of herself permanently, maybe. I don't know. That's one way to look at it, and that's how she lost her height. Or maybe because white-haired girl summoned, or set up the summoning. Well, maybe because Saber summoned her instead of Kiritsugu, she came out shorter. Because Shiro doesn't have as much magical strength as Kiritsugu. I don't know. Crack theories for why the height difference. Because I feel like she was taller in Zero. I don't know her identity, but she's a girl about my age. Or maybe she's getting really old. She doesn't show up because she's a ghost, but that happens, right? When you get older, you get shorter, right? I think. Or is that just a thing in media? Is that actually a real thing that happens in real life? I'm not sure. But you see it in media, short old people. But anyways, I don't know her identity, but she's a girl about my age.
使い魔ね。まあサーバントはその分類ではあるけど、位置づけは段違いよ。何しろそこにいる彼女はね、使い魔としては最強とされるゴーストライナーなんだから。
Familiar, huh? Well, servants are in that category, but they're on a different level. Because that girl over there is a ghost liner. Ghost liner. That's a new term. Considered to be the strongest of all familiars. Okay, and I guess all servants are ghost liners, which normally we can't get a connection to, but the Grail lets us?
ゴーストライナー。じゃあやっぱり幽霊ってことか？
Did you mean she really is a ghost? Yeah, pretty much. Sort of. It's complicated. A human ghost that stopped living a long time ago. The remaining minds of those with strong abilities who remain in this world even after they die. But that doesn't make sense. A ghost doesn't have a body. A ghost can only be hurt by ghosts. Well, generally servants can only be hurt by other servants because they're that strong. So, as I have a body, a ghost shouldn't be able to kill me. Oh, well, I mean, a ghost can only be hurt. Well, yeah, a ghost can only be hurt by ghosts. But you didn't say a ghost can only hurt ghosts, because that's more relevant to what you're saying here. The Grail is giving it a body.
幽霊。似たようなものだけど、そんなもんと一緒にしたらセイバーに殺されるわよ。
A ghost, huh? She's similar, but Saber would kill you if you compared her to one. First of all, don't say that about my waifu. Saber's not that mean. She wouldn't kill me. Second of all, I'm her master, so that would kind of fuck her up as far as the Grail War goes, so I don't think she'd do that.
サーバントは受肉した過去の英雄。精霊に近い人間以上の存在なんだから。
Servants are heroes of the past given bodies, being surpassing humans. More like spirits.
受肉した過去の英雄。
Heroes of the past given bodies?
そうよ。過去だろうが現代だろうが、とにかく死亡した伝説上の英雄をこう引っ張ってきてね。
That's
実
right.
体化させるのよ。
A legendary hero was pulled from the past or the present or whenever and given a body. Or whenever? Past or the present or whenever? The future? Could Archer be... Oh, of course. Archer was pulled from the future. And Archer is future Shiro. When he gets old, he gets the white hairs. When he gets battle hardened, he masters his archery skills. It's gonna work out. The crack theory will be real. Archer will be Shiro until he's not. Here's the past given bodies. But not necessarily the past. It could be heroes of the present, somehow.
まあ、呼び出すまでがマスターの役割で、後の実体化は聖杯がしてくれるんだけどね。
Well, it's the role of the masters summon them, and the Holy Grail does the rest.
魂を形にするなんてのは、一介の魔術師には不可能だもの。
It's impossible for a
強力
magus
なアーティファクトの力におんぶしてもらうってわ
to
け。
give shape to a soul. So we're assisted by a strong artifact. Artifacts, I mean, I know they're colorless, so you can use them in any deck, but personally, what?
ちょっと待て。過去の英雄って。
Eh? I love that. Hold on. So here the past means eh? Whenever before time itself. Of course, the land before time. We can summon dinosaurs from before time itself. We can well, dinosaurs are from before time itself, by the way. Time itself meaning, you know, Jesus. Before we started counting, before the year 2000, we can get Littlefoot. I want Littlefoot as my hero. Silly. Archer can't be Shiro. Shiro quit archery, so he must be future Shinji. Oh shit. Archer is future Shinji. Oh my gosh, guys. Everything just changed for me. That means Shinji's dream is gonna come true. He's gonna get to be with Rin after all. Wow, I must say, Shinji really matured when he grew up, you know, because he seems a lot more responsible of an adult. I like to think that means Shinji's going to have a really nice story arc throughout this game. He'll become a really responsible person. There'll be a bait and switch throughout the game. We're playing as Shiro for now, but they're going to bait and switch us. And we're going to become Shinji after he stops being a douchebag. And that will be how we'll end the game, is that Shiro will die partway through the Grail War Sea. And then we'll switch over to Shinji. Shinji was a dick, by the way. That Shinji is a dick at this point, of course, and he's a dick throughout. But then partway through, Shiro dies, and like Shinji thinking of Shiro as his best friend, right? They're best friends. We'll see this, and it'll awaken something in him. And over the course of that and other things that happen through the game, he'll properly develop and become a proper person. But he'll be the main character that finishes out the game, and he, dies, and then becomes Archer, and Rin summons Archer from the future, and then when he gets his memories back, he'll be the one who kills Shiro, but he won't kill Shiro, and then Shinji, they'll have a pact, and then they'll trade servants, and Shinji will get Archer, and Rin gets Saber. After Shiro dies, Rin takes over his command seals, and then I don't know, somewhere in there Shiro gets a harem and makes babies before he dies, I guess. Sex, the end. Story's over. Oh yeah, and then end of Evangelion, and Shinji randomly chokes out Rin and nobody knows why. What? A hero of the past means what? I look over at Saber. Then she's a heroine from the past too? Well, it's true that nobody would dress like that now, but still, rude. There's a thing called cosplay. Generally with the cosplay, though, it wouldn't be that. The armor wouldn't really be real armor that weighs you down that much and protects you.
そんなの不可能だ。そんな魔術聞いたことがない。
That's impossible. I've never heard of any such magic, because Kiritsugu never explained it to you.
当然よ。これは魔術じゃないもの。あくまで聖杯による現象と考えなさい。そうでなければ、魂を再現して固定化するなんてできるはずがない。
Of course not. This isn't magic. Think of it as a phenomenon created by the Holy Grail. It's impossible to recreate a soul and give it a body without it. Hold on! What if Shinji and Shiro both become Archer? Multiple timeline theory, right? So in one time, and you see, it's Schrodinger's Archer, right? Because Archer is both of them, but he's none of them until he becomes one of them. You see, depending on the pathway we go down, it's possible Shiro picks archery back up and becomes the Archer that will become and be summoned and be Archer. But in the other timeline, Shinji becomes Archer, and they both become Archer, which means they're both Archer, but neither are Archer until they're Archer. And there's also got to be a timeline where, like, Neko is Archer or something. Something weird, right? You got to always have that weird third option. The Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza. Oh, gosh, we got weird today. We're weird today. It's because we're doing boring explanations that I already know about, so I'm just being weird.
魂の再現って。じゃあそのサーバントは幽霊とは違うのか?
Recreation of the soul, then a servant isn't a ghost?
違うわ。人間であれ動物であれ機械であれ、偉大な功績を残すと輪廻の輪から外されて、一段階上に昇華するって話聞いたことない？
No, haven't you been taught that any humans, animals, or machines that leave any great achievements behind get removed from the ring of reincarnation and sublimate into beings of higher rank? Oh, haven't you been taught that any humans, animals, or machines... Machines? Machines? Can we have a robot servant? Where's our robot servant? You can't bring that up and not act on it, game. I want one of the servants in this game, or in some fake media, to be a fucking robot. I need a robot servant, or I will not be happy. 0 out of 10 if there's no robot servants in this game that leave any great achievements behind, get removed from the ring of reincarnation. That's cool. And sublimate into beings of higher rank. Okay, this is cool. This is cool. So, this nitty-gritty is really cool. So what you're saying is when people die, they reincarnate if they're weak sauce. I guess they get thrown out if they're like a shit person, though. Is this like Death Parade or not? Do you keep them even if they're a shit person? Maybe. But anyways, but if they're really cool, if they're really juicy and great, then they get taken out of reincarnation, which is kind of funny. So, do the shit ones stay in reincarnation, but the great ones get taken out? Because that'd be backwards. But the great ones get taken out so that they become heroic spirits to, like, protect the universe? Protect the Arrowverse. I mean, the Fateverse. Shiro does the Shinji route, and they both fuse together by a freak magic accident while banging, and then they become Archer. Looks at Babbage. Let's not bring the gacha game into this. Yeah, let's not bring Babbage into... Babbage. It's too much Babbage. Change the letters a little bit, and it looks kind of like boobage. That I'm down for. Shinji route. They both they do the fusion dance and then become Archer. Of course they do. Archer is Shinji and Shiro together. That way they both get to bang Rin. Everybody wins. So Shinji and Shiro, while banging, fuse to become Archer. It's a bang fusion. Bangarang. But then they end up becoming Rin's servant and they bang Rin while banging each other. It's the best kind of threesome. Fusion. No threesome like a fusion threesome. So, and sublimate into beings of higher rank.
英霊っていうのはそういう連中よ。
Heroic spirits are like that.
要するに崇め立て祀られて疑似的な神様になった者たちなんでしょうね。
To put it simply, they have been worshipped and made into artificial gods. When someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes. Harf, 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 harf. Did it, did it, did it. Did it, did it, did it. Ghostbusters! Servant busters! When there's something strange in the neighborhood. Hey, that guy's moving too fast. Servant buster! Because they're kind of ghosts, right? They've been worshipped and made into artificial god. Where are the Ghostbusters gonna get on this case? I ain't afraid, no ghost. Wait, that one's strong. Oh shit, that lance, Gay Bolg. How did it do that? Where it aimed at the ground, but then suddenly I'm out. I'm not Ghostbusting that. No thanks. I'm afraid of that ghost. I only signed up for ghosts that didn't get corporeal. This is it's a loophole article section C in the Ghostbusters contract. I can't do ghosts that have real bodies. Anyways, heroic spirits are like that. They have been worshipped and made into artificial gods. Okay, so like if I believe in them, I can get like I can cast spells like hold person and polymorph. Obviously not at first, but like, you know, if you believe in a worship of God, you can become like a cleric or a wizard. No, wizard doesn't worship gods. Wizards are atheists, but they can worship gods if they multiclass. But you can become a cleric or a paladin. You could be funky and become a warlock. It's great.
高霊術とか口寄せとかそういう一般的な霊を扱う魔術は彼らの力の一部を借り受けて奇跡を起こすでしょ。
Ghost magic, such as supplicating ghosts, uses heroic spirits to make miracles happen. You just said some fancy words. Supplicating? Supplicating. Let me go look up in the dictionary. What's supplicate? No.
けどこのサーバントっていうのは英霊本体を直接連れてきて使い魔にする。
But the servants are familiar as the heroes themselves. Gotcha, gotcha. Jargon.
だから基本的には霊体としてそばにいるけど必要とあらば実体化させて戦わせられるってわけ。
So they accompany you in spirit form, but if need be, you can give them form to make them fight. Right.
その霊体と実体を使い分けられるってことか。
So you mean you can have them come out or keep them in their spirit Pokeball? Yeah, the analogy continues. I mean, technically, just because they're invisible doesn't mean they're in a Pokeball. But I mean, they probably like it, right? Because canonically, the canon of Pokemon is that the inside of a Pokeball is the Pokemon's, greatest dreams, like, come true. Like, they love being in a Pokeball. It's, like, the best thing ever. And probably when you send them out, they'd probably be salty, like, put me back in there. But no, there's probably some rush that they get where they actually like getting out of the Pokeball based on how they're designed. If we're to talk about the mechanics of Pokeballs and how they're probably designed to give Pokemon max comfort inside, but still make it so that they don't mind coming outside and in fact enjoy coming outside. It's an interesting duology, because if you make it too nice inside, then they would be pissed when they come outside and wouldn't want to follow their trainers. Like, fuck you, man, put me back in. But, anyways.
遠坂のサーバントは姿が見えないけど、今は霊体ってことか。
I don't see your servant, so he's in spirit form right now? Actually, didn't you teleport him? Masters and servants don't have to be together all the time. You used a command spell to teleport him, right? Teleporting Archer.
いえ、あいつはうちの召喚人で傷を癒している最中よ。
No, he's healing his wounds in the summoning circle at my house right now. Convenient. Wait, is he healing his wounds because it's a summoning circle, or is he healing his wounds because all servants just automatically heal a bit over time? Speaking of which, does the summoning circle have magical properties that can help heal wounds, or is that just because of how you made it? Like, you made it special to heal wounds.
さっきセイバーにやられたでしょ。あれだってあと少し強制撤去が遅かったら一撃で消滅してたわ。
Saber wounded him just now, right? If I hadn't withdrawn him by force, he would have been annihilated in one blow.
いい？サーバントを倒せるのは同じ霊体であるサーバントだけ。そりゃ相手が実体化していればこっちの攻撃も当たるからうまくすれば倒せるかもしれない。
The only ones who can beat these servants are other servants, spirits like them. Well, we can hit them too if they take form, so we might be able to beat them. But, it's a lot harder.
けどサーバントはみんな怪物じみてるでしょ。だから怪物の相手は怪物に任せてマスターは後方支援をするっていうのがセオリーね。
But servants are all strong as monsters, right? So we let monsters deal with monsters. The master usually supports them from behind. If the frickin' masters were ethical, the magical masters that first designed the Grail War, they should have made it a rule that if you kill another master, you forfeit the right to it or something, to be ethical. Like, just make it a servant-on-servant battle. But no, they weren't ethical. They decided to make it a big pride thing, and like, oh, it's great, and oh, fight to the... No, wait, they need to die. Wait, how does that work? No, hold on. Wait, they need to die. Wait, why do they need to die? No, they don't need to die. You just need 7 to summon it. But they don't need to die. Do they need to die? Hold on. I'm confusing myself now. You need 7 masters to summon it, and they're ultimately going to fight over it. I don't know if they need to die, though, but it would have been an ethical thing. If they don't need to die, the ethical thing to do would have been be like, okay, we'll have our servants do this, and we'll stay out of it completely. And therefore, if you kill another master, you forfeit the right to it. Like, and then all the other masters gang up on you. And that would be like the rule they make. Yeah, wizards being ethical, yeah. Once you become a certain level of powerful, you give up, frickin' morality or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. But, that would be the ethical thing to do. To all agree that you can't kill masters in the Grail War. And if you do, you're breaking the rules. And it's just a servant battle. But no... They decided, fuck it, we'll let needless bloodshed happen because pride or something. Or trust issues. Anyways, the master usually supports them from behind. Also, there's the pride thing, though. I'm not going to deny it. A wizard would want to strut their stuff. They wouldn't want to let their servant do all the work. They'd want to support somehow. But by supporting, if they're supporting, then you can't deny that they're going to have to take on some risk. And wizards are proud jerks, so... they would support and then lead to their own deaths because pride, because they want to fling their own magic around and not let it go to waste. They don't want to build up for the Grail War this thing that they've maybe been training their whole lives for. Looking at you, Rin. Only to have their servant do anything and them do nothing. After all, when Archer was like, I'll do everything, Rin, you can just sit there. Rin fucking hated that. I mean, really, to be honest, the masters generally don't amount to much. So a servant probably could, in theory, do it on their own. It would be, you do get some advantage from having a master help you, but, and the masters want to strut their stuff so that they don't want to be useless. They want to do something. Even though by opening themselves up to doing something, they open themselves up and the others to dying, when it would be much better if they all just agreed, okay, can we not die, please? Let's just not die, but nope. Tosaka's explanation irritates me for some reason. She calls them monsters, but I don't know about the other servants. But that figure of speech doesn't suit Saber. She's too pretty to be a monster. Then again, that's prejudice against monsters. You're saying monsters can't be hot? I've seen some hot monsters. Fight me.
とにかくマスターになった人間は召喚したサーバントを使って他のマスターを倒さなければならない。
Anyway, someone who becomes a master must kill all the other masters using a servant. Why do you word it like that? Even if it's true, why do you word it like that? Which I don't think it is true because of Fate Zero, but even if it is true, why would you word it like that? And if it's not true, doubly why would you word it like that? Why would you tell him that? Just say you just have to take out the servants and masters are optional. Just say that. Because, like, you're telling someone who is also a master that you have to kill the other masters. Yeah. Don't you think he may try to just kill you now while your servant's recovering? Like, really? It just seems kind of dumb from her point of view. Even if Shiro is kind of not going to go through with it because he's a nice person, is she really trusting that much that he is that nice of a person? Does she really feel that much like she owes him a debt? Which is stupid because she saved his life first. Yeah.
そのあたりは理解できた？
See, this is why she's worst waifu. I just can't get behind her mindset. She does things and I don't comprehend them. Do you understand it so far?
言葉の上でなら。けど、納得なんて言ってないぞ。
In words, yes, but I'm not convinced.
そもそも、そんな悪趣味なことを誰が、何のために始めたんだ？
To begin with, who started such a thing and why? 7 old Folgy wizards back in the day who were all part of proud families who wanted to participate themselves and not worry about ethics. And they had to work together to summon it, but only one could use it, so fight to the death! That's ethical.
それは私が知るべきことでもないし、答えてあげることでもない。そのあたりはいずれちゃんと聖杯戦争を監督しているやつに聞きなさい。
Ooh, are we gonna get to meet Kirei? That's not something I know about, nor should I answer. You should put that kind of question to the one overseeing the Holy Grail War. Also, not something you know about. Didn't you give us like an inner monologue about how the Grail War started earlier in the game? Are you lying at this point? Maybe you just don't feel like explaining, I could see that. Like you think that sounds too boring and you're just not up to it. And maybe you're realizing that he should talk to the Overseer of the Grail War. Because he probably should. The Overseer should know about all the participants.
私が教えてあげられるのはね、あなたはもう戦うしかなくて、サーバントは強力な使い魔だからうまく使えってことだけよ。
The one thing I tell you is that all you can do now is fight, and the servants are powerful familiars, you should use them wisely. Wait, can he withdraw? Is it possible for him to withdraw, actually? I know you can withdraw before, like, because Kirei gave you the option to withdraw, but now that I don't know, like, it might be too late now that he's already summoned him. I'm not sure, though. Maybe. Like, are you allowed to just take your commands, like, they've already been summoned, right? The whole point is you have to summon the Grail by all 7 working together. And it's happened now. All 7 have worked together. So, could he, like, could Shiro, like, could he give up his command spells? Essentially, could he give them to Rin? Is my thinking. Maybe that's Rin's thinking as well. Could he just pass them on to Rin and then exit the Grail War? Because, like, all 7 have been summoned at this point, so I'm wondering if that's possible. Like, because usually masters join the Grail War willingly because they actually have a wish and want to do things. I don't know if there's ever been a circumstance where someone has summoned, has joined the Grail War by accident, so I'm not sure if once it's ongoing, they're allowed to withdraw. I think they should be. Like, if they want to just get out, I think they're allowed to. But I'm not sure if it's too late once the servant's already summoned. I guess that'll be a talk to have with Kirei. That bundle of joy. Looks at 0. Rin being real shady in her explanations. Well, I mean, yeah. Tosaka says so, and now turns to Saber.
さて、エミヤ君から話を聞いた限りじゃ、あなたは不完全な状態みたいね、セイバー。
So from what I hear
マスタ
from
ーとしての
Emiya-kun,
心得がない。魔術師見習いに呼び出されたんだから。
you must not be in full form, Saber. You were summoned by an apprentice magus who has no idea how to be a master.
ええ、あなたの言う通り、私は万全ではありません。
Is that why she's so short? Because he's an apprentice magus? Yes, I'm not in full form as you say. Is Rin really supposed to be taller than Saber by that much? This just looks wrong. Like, I'm comparing, I guess their waists go up to... Oh, man. It seems like... Okay, where does her legs end and her chest begin? Saber, because does her waist actually end where her dress ends and her armor begins, or do her legs end below that? Because it seems like her chest area, if it's just where her armor is, she's very short from the legs up. Like, her legs seem about as long as Rin's, if that's the case, but she's very short chest-wise. I think it's more likely that her chest bleeds a little bit into her dress, into her leg thing, which would mean she's just shorter in general. I did not picture this. I did not picture that Rin was a decent bit taller than Saber. I assumed Saber would be just as tall as Rin, if not taller, was my thinking. So I think she has shrunk since Fate Zero. I'm going to go ahead and say headcanon is that that's because Shiro is a bad magus, and so she came in all short, and it's because she's not in full form, as we're saying right here. To me, it's so weird to think of Saber as this short. I'm gonna have to get used to it, but in my mind, she's just as tall as Rin, if not taller. Although maybe I just don't have a good sense of how tall Rin is. How tall is Rin supposed to be? I think she's like, average female height for that age. Is she super tall? I think she's just average. But since this came out before Zero, you could say that she grew backwards in time. That's how time works. She grew backwards in time. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So she grows up after this game. She gets taller, and she has her growth spurt as a holy spirit, and then gets summoned backwards in time when she's older by Kiritsugu, but has amnesia and forgets all of Fate's Day Night. Checks out, makes sense, and that's why she's an honor freak. It's all making sense. Even though in Fate Zero, she's apparently out of character, whatever. If she's very different in this game, maybe she has character development and becomes an honor freak at the end of the game, so that when she gets summoned into Fate Zero, then it all adds up. It works chronologically. You just have to think backwards. I am not in full form, as you say.
シロには私を実体化させる魔力がないため、霊体に戻ることも、魔力の回復も難しいでしょう。
Since Shiro does not have the magical energy to give me form, it'll be difficult for me to turn into a spirit or replenish my magical energy. Difficult to turn into a spirit. Oh, wait. I thought it takes energy for you to maintain... So it takes energy for you to be in spirit form, not in this form? That's confusing. Replenish your magical energy. Ooh, that's a way to gimp the best servant. If the best servant is Saber, then the way to make it, to balance it out, is if it takes her a while to recover her energy, they're going to have to be careful in their fights. Which is how to balance the fact that the main character has the best card, because that's kind of cheating. You generally don't give the protagonist the best abilities. Usually you give like one of the villains the best abilities that the protagonist then has to overcome with thinking or teamwork or something, or a combination of both. But yeah.
驚いたわ。そこまでひどかったこともだけど、あなたが正直に話してくれるなんて思わなかった。どうやって弱みを聞き出そうかなって程度だったのに。
I'm surprised that you were in that bad of a state, but I didn't think you'd tell me honestly. I was wondering how I ought to find out your weakness. Her weakness. Well, yeah, but I mean... Yeah, that is rather honest of Saber, to be honest. I mean, especially if she doesn't trust Rin. So that's interesting. I guess she is just... Maybe she's doing the same thing that Rin is doing. Like, Rin... Maybe she's got a similar mindset in that case. Where Rin is being extremely honest to Shiro because Shiro... what is it? Because Shiro stopped Rin from dying. But maybe now that Rin has explained the stuff to Shiro, or because if somehow Saber knows that Rin saves Shiro, I'm not sure if she fully has made those connections, because I don't think Rin has stated that outright. I don't think. But if she did, Saber might, as a thank you to Rin being so honest, to be honest back. Because she still seems like a nice person, Saber. It was even nice to Rin as she was killing her. Like, that's excellent powers, Magus. But, you know, still ruthless, but nice and reciprocative, and which seems to be a similar mindset to where Rin is, I think, roughly. So yeah, they're a perfect match.
敵に弱点を見抜かれるのは不本意ですが、あなたの目は欺けそうにない。こちらの手札を隠しても意味はないでしょう。
I do not wish to let others know of my weakness, but I do not think I can fool you. It'd be meaningless to hide our situation from you. That's kind of dumb thinking. If you try to hide it and she realizes, oh well. If you try to hide it and she doesn't, you're in an advantageous position. If you don't try to hide it, she just knows and you don't have a chance at an advantageous position. So it seems odd unless you're trying to garner her trust for a partnership. Is that now your angle, Saber? You want a partnership for temporarily? Is that what you're aiming for? A temporary partnership?
それならばあなたに知ってもらうことで、シローにより深く現状を理解してもらった方がいい。
Okay. It'll be better for us to tell you of our situation and to have Shiro better understand the situation he's in right now. And have a partnership, right? That's what this is leading to? I mean, if it's not, that would seem odd. What, will we just walk away and then kill each other another day? That would seem odd to me. I would think for sure this is leading to a partnership.
正解。風格も十分と。もうますます惜しい。私がセーバーのマスターだったらこんな戦い勝ったも同然だったのに。
Wow, Rin. Just hope that Archer doesn't hear you say that. Correct, and you have a good personality too. Jeez, I'm regretting it even more now. If I was your master, I would have certainly won this war. Rin Saber best pairing. Oh, alternate timeline where Rin gets Saber. Oh, that'd be so hot. Ugh. But yeah, because here's my thinking. If this isn't leading to a partnership, Saber, just fucking kill Rin now, right? If this is a master fight to the death, if I'm Shiro, and this isn't leading to a partnership, and it is a master fight to the death, like, just kill Rin. She's super good at this, clearly. Let's not deal with her anymore. So, I would hope I would think this is leading to a partnership. I don't know. It just seems like if they're just being trusting of each other, that's, I don't know.
遠坂。それ、俺がふさわしくないってことか。
I think that's exactly what she's saying. Tosaka, do you know I'm not fit to be your master? But that's the mindset, though. Like, are we gonna get a partnership right away? That would feel like they're giving me a waifu too easily. I mean, to be fair, they've already done that, though. Maybe that's the idea. Like, oh, Saber is my servant, so easy waifu. Tosaka is my partner, so easy waifu. Rin is like the person who I'm living with. Sorry, not Rin. Sakura. Sakura is the person I'm living with for the past year, and it seems like we're playing house together. Easy waifu. Which means the real waifu is going to be Ayako because she's the one who's not an easy waifu. Well, or Neko because we never see her. She's the true waifu of this game, of course.
当然でしょ、ヘッポコ。
Of course not, idiot. Rude. Wow, she just said something that any normal person would have trouble saying. She's kind of blunt in response then. In a sense, she has her own level of bluntness, and you're blunt as well, but it's a different kind of blunt. Or the murder sister. I forgot about it. I forgot about the murder evil sister. We obviously have to bang our evil sister at some point. Until Harem Route, where Shiro bangs everyone. Of course, it's gotta happen. I'm gonna bang everyone. Even if it doesn't happen all on one route, we gotta bang everyone at least once on different routes, right? Come on. Let's do it. Mac and cheese. Yeah, everyone, not just the females. We gotta get the guys in on this too. And not just people. That's gotta be the Grail War wish. I want to simultaneously have sex with every single person on this planet. And servants too. Past and present. I want to have sex with all the ghosts too. That makes Saber jealous, I think. Ultimate Grail War wish. Most best usage. Almost as good as wishing for panties. What?
何？まだなんか質問があるの？
What, do you have any more questions? Yeah, just one. I was gonna make a joke about waifus, but I lost it. So, boobs. I can see your boobs more easily than I can see Saber's. Unless That's the question, though. Does Saber have that armor that way because she has big boobs? Or does she have small boobs and she's trying to hide that fact and compensate by having armor that definitely looks like she'd have big boobs under there, but she's short? I don't know if your height has any acquaintance with your boob size, but I mean, if she's short in stature, does that mean she's short in stature? She doesn't realize it. What doesn't she realize? Her honor student image from school crumbles inside of me. What? Good going, Issei. Tosaka certainly shows no openings, just like a devil. Oh, you're agreeing with Issei that she's not an honor... She's still an honor student. It's just she's a magical honor student. She's just as honorable with magic. What's the difference? Oh, is it because she called you an idiot? Like, she's been so... Oh, because she's normally so nice at school? Is that even true, though? Like, she'd called, like, Shinji and stuff an idiot, but I guess that's only because Shinji's kind of a douche. Anyways, I guess your fantasy has crumbled. No more pairing with Rin. But no, you have to love Rin as the real Rin. You can't just love the ideal of Rin. Now, this is good. It means you get to get past the ideal of Rin and get to her as being a master that wants to kill you, maybe.
さて、話がまとまったところでそろそろ行きましょうか。
Well, we're done talking, so let's get going. Where are we going? Mommy, where are we going, Mommy Rin? Tosaka suddenly says something strange. Are we going to see Kirei now?
行くってどこへ？
Go where?
だからあなたが巻き込まれたこのゲーム、聖杯戦争をよく知っているやつに会いに行くの。エミヤくん、聖杯戦争の理由について知りたいんでしょ？
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Juicy. Time for that juicy, not Crispin Freeman voice. We're going to see the guy who knows all about the game we're involved in, the Holy Grail War. You want to know the reasons behind the Holy Grail War, right? Okay, and is Saber coming too? Because you see, Shiro, I guess, won't know Kirei. Kirei would recognize the name Emiya, though. But, like, Kirei and Saber would recognize each other, and that would be awkward as all get out. So that will be an interesting interaction.
それは当然だ。けど、それってどこだよ？もうこんな時間なんだし、あんまり遠いのは。
Of course, but where is it? It's already late, so...
大丈夫。隣町だから急げば夜明けまでには帰ってこれるわ。それに明日は日曜なんだから別に夜更かししてもいいじゃない。
It'll be fine. It's in the neighboring town, so we should be back by dawn if we hurry. And besides, it's Sunday tomorrow, so it should be fine to stay up late. I heard her say ashita, which means tomorrow. I know words.
いや、そういう問題じゃなくて。
That's not the problem. What is? Oh, we can't have females out at night because of the murderer. But we have Saber to protect us. Idiot, Baka. It's just that a lot of things happened today, so I want to have a rest and think about them. That makes sense. That's fair. That's fair. Still, though, yeah, I can see that from his perspective. I would want to have a rest before going to talk to this Kirei person. I'd also be in that mindset, probably.
何？行かないの？もうエミヤくんがそう言うんならいいけど、セイバーは？
What, you're not going? Well, if you say so. But what about you, Saber? She hasn't name-dropped Kira, I don't think, so I don't think Saber would know. So I think we're just going to have a really awkward interaction. But also, why would Saber go alone? I mean, she would definitely want to stay and protect her master. Tosaka asks Saber. Unless you're trying to steal Saber away somehow, do some kind of weird plot, do a servant switch. Are you thinking dirty thoughts, Rin?
ちょっと待て。セイバーは関係ないだろう。あんまり無理強いするな。
Hold on, this has nothing to do with Saber. Don't push her.
もうマスターとしての自覚はあるんだ。私がセイバーと話すのは嫌？
You are so casual about this whole thing, Rin. Too casual. It's unnatural, but like, I guess that's just your mindset. You're so casual about this entire war thing. Like, you don't even have a wish. I feel like you're gonna get... I feel like reality is gonna hit you in the face hard at some point. Didn't it already, though, when you saw Shiro? But it's gonna get so much worse. It's gonna get so much worse, Rin. I doubt you're gonna keep this casual composure throughout the whole war. I'm kind of sad that I'm not in your perspective anymore, so I can't see that play out firsthand. Well, I'm sure we'll still get a chance to see it out even from Shiro's perspective, but, you know, really firsthand, inner monologue. Anyways, You already feel like a master. You don't want me to talking to Saber?
そんなことあるか。ただ、遠坂の言うのが本当なら、セイバーは昔の英雄なんだろ。なら、こんな現代に呼び出されて、右も左もわからないはずだ。
That's not it. It's just that if what you said is true, then Saber's a heroine from the past, right? So she wouldn't know about this time since she was just summoned. She'll know some stuff vaguely. Like how to drive cars and stuff.
だから、
So, だから、
シロ、それは違う。サーバントは人間の世であるのなら、あらゆる時代に適応します。
Shiro,
で
that's
すからこ
wrong.
の時代のこともよく知っている。
Servants can adapt to any time, so I know a lot about this age as well.
知ってるって、本当に？
Really? 本当に?
もちろん。この時代に呼び出されたのも一度ではありませんから。
Ooh, they brought it up! Yes, this is not the first time that I've been summoned in this age. They brought it up, they brought it up, they brought it up! They brought it up! Okay, are you gonna say any more, or are you gonna leave it at that? What?
嘘
No.
どんな確率よそれ。
No way, what are the chances of that? That's a very good question. There's only been like 5 or something Grail Wars, right? Not many. It doesn't go back that far. How often do servants get summoned multiple times? Is Saber the first? Has any servant ever double dipped before? Because I would not be surprised if this was a first, in which case that has to be some very special circumstance for it to happen, I think. Tosaka's surprised too. That must mean Saber said something incredible.
シロ、私は彼女に賛成です。あなたはマスターとして知識がなさすぎる。あなたと
Shiro?
契約したサーバントとして、シロには強くなってもらわなければ困ります。
Shiro, I agree with her. You lack experience as a master. As a servant making a contract with you, I want you to be stronger. Yeah, that checks out. Saber stares at me silently. It's a gentle stare that's worried not for herself, but for me.
わかった。行けばいいんだろ、行けば。
Alright, I'll go.
で、それってどこなんだ、登坂。ちゃんと帰ってこれる場所なんだろうな。
Where is this place, Tosaka? It's a place we can come back from, right? I mean, I'd hope so. No, we're going there, and that's where the fight to the death happens, and you'll die.
もちろん行き先は隣町の琴峰教会。そこがこの戦いを監督してるエセ神父の居所よ。
Of course, we're heading to Kotomine Church in the neighboring town, Kotomine. Oh shit, Kirei Kotomine, that's his name, right? Hold on, let me just double check this. That might ring a bell in Saber's head then, if that is his name. Yeah, Kotomine Kirei, the name matters. Okay, so Saber will recognize that name. So she should react to that name, I would think. We're heading to Kotomine Church in the neighboring town. That's where the false priest, the one who oversees the battle, is living. Indeed. Okay. Kotomine Church. How is Saber going to react to that? Tosaka makes an evil smile. I'm just looking at Saber. Shiro, look at Saber. Stop looking at Rin. Observe Saber's reaction so I, Renegade, get to observe her reactions. It looks like she's having fun dragging me around while I don't know anything. No, stop it. Look at Saber. Ellipses. Saber, react. Ah, stop being so stone-faced. Might be prejudiced. But I'm beginning to feel like there's a problem with her personality. Oh, you too! Alright! High five, Shiro! We're on the same wavelength. She's weird. I do like her sprites, though. They look nice. Anyways, we walk through the nighttime town. That's a good segue? Let's call it a segue. That's a good stopping point. Let's go ahead. I'll go ahead and stop it here. Make a save. Kirei plus Saber. Lifesavers. Kirei plus lifesavers equals awkward. Alright, save. So, yes, I will see you all next time. I'll have another stream tomorrow. Probably won't be as long as this one, but yeah, still don't have an outro phrase. We rejoice. Oh, we get to rejoice? Is it going to be a fun time? You sure it's not just going to be a boring monologue from Kirei? Gosh, I don't even get the Crispin Freeman voice. It's Crispin Freeman monologues about old Grail Wars. Gosh. or something. Anyways, I will see you then. Still don't have an outro phrase. Oh, okay. Apparently, we're all rejoicing. Everyone's in the chat saying we're gonna rejoice. All right, it's gonna be a fun time. I guess we're all sexing Kirei. We're gonna have sex with Kirei next time, I guess. See you guys next time. Apparently, we're gonna rejoice with Kirei. Everybody's rejoicing. Wow, this is when everybody gets active in chat. Okay. See you guys next time. See you, Zakari8. See you, Tom's Tom 2. See you, Wise Fool Death. And I will see you, YouTube, today, right? Wait, hold on. Wait, this is going to be part math. This is part 13, 14, 15. This is part 16. Today, yeah, because part 16 and 17 will be uploaded at the same time. So, YouTube, it's already up. Future. We're in the future. Stop recording.